Hey everybody! On this episode, we are talking about AR and VR experiences and how they may add value to brands and consumers.
With so many different platforms,
Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube,
and their purposes evolving daily, navigating social media can be, well, complicated. Welcome to the Social Media Sucks podcast from Cubco,
Social media really sucks.
where we unpack the latest trends and help remove the suck from social media.
Welcome back to the Social Media Sucks podcast, guys. You're tuning in for dose of marketing and what's happening in the ever-changing social media landscape. And the one constant we have is Chris Carbonus. It's Chris Carbonus in this social media landscape, our CEO at Cubco. And then we have our favorite lead and only one, lead strategist, Andy. Let's dive in the AR and VR space.
Yes.
So, guys, in which industries do you think brands would benefit the most from the VR and VR experiences?
I mean, I think, if I can go
Industries,
first. Yeah. I think some industries are already benefiting from it, such as the beauty industry, the fashion industry. I think the next industries that could benefit from it could be potentially... I actually don't know.
I think I'll jump in here. I think the biggest one is actually homewares. Like, because
Homewares,
like,
what do you mean?
well, home stuff, like, here, I want these,
IKEA and
what do these
stuff like
plants look like? What does this
okay.
chair look
Yeah.
like? What does this wall look like if it's
Okay,
this color?
yeah.
Or what about this light? I think like that's where we've seen the best applications of them,
Yeah.
because we've also talked about the sort of technological limitations of, you know, when you're wearing clothes and you're trying to do the AR thing, that the mirror doesn't work and you can't really try it on.
Yeah.
You know, you can try on things that are on your face, like glasses.
Get an impression. You kind of get an
sunglasses.
impression, but not
Yeah.
like the real look and feel,
You can
right?
kind of get a good look on it, but it's not perfect.
Yeah, it's distorted.
Watches maybe is okay.
Yeah.
Things that don't require you to get a full body image
Yeah.
have been sort of the sort of
Like the pinnacles of AR.
yeah, those have been the
filters.
best ones because
Yeah.
the full body stuff screws you up. But then the other great ones have been the ones where it's like, oh yeah, I want to see what this chair looks like. I want to see what this car looks like in my driveway. Oh, it looks great. I think I'm gonna buy it. Shop, add to basket. But the next industry, I don't know. Like, yeah, I think fashion is the next one, because also on a sustainability side, people want to wear virtual clothing, take a photo, post it to their Instagram, and just have the status symbol.
Yeah.
They don't necessarily want to actually like go down to the store, buy it, unless they actually want to wear the piece and feel nice and good in it, which is also what I recommend.
Yeah, it would be nice for promotional reasons also, right? When you do PR, for instance, for fashion brands, if they do this, I think it will really actually be more efficient maybe in those PR kind of packages you get with the fashion week or whatever. You get influencers get like clothing, models get clothing or whatever sent out to them. That could actually be more sustainable in a sense if you get like real nice AR kind of products.
Yeah.
And you just want to leverage the influencers look
Yeah.
when they have it on. So you cut costs by producing it, sending it, and coordinating everything, right?
Yeah. So you save,
that could
save
be
on
nice.
that for sure.
Yeah.
Yep. So
But otherwise,
Efficiency, yeah.
Well, otherwise, to be honest, like the reason why I'm also having a hard time seeing like what would be the next industry that could benefit from it is because I think in order for AR to tap into a wider spectrum of brands and to be used in a wider variety, I think the technology still needs to improve. And that's also what you tapped into, Chris, is what we discussed previously before even this podcast, is that I think there are just certain limitations. Like if I'm trying like a new Nike shoes on or something, like they look ugly.
Do you have any idea of which brands on top of mind that's leading in this kind of in this field with AR and VR?
I think it's actually the luxury brands who are sort of pioneering the AR and also the VR space.
Yeah, Prada already did something, and you mentioned Balenciaga also, right?
Yeah, Balenciaga also does a lot. I think in general also like the makeup brands are going forward with more.
they're leading. Yeah.
they're also leading, I think, but it's also like sort of easier for them because I think like the facial structures are easier than like
and the
like
technology
clothes
is
and-
more developed.
Yeah, I think
For
that's what's
face recognition and
Yeah.
everything,
And also
right?
Corona accelerated it.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't go to the store and try on makeup anymore. Like it's just not hygienic.
Yeah.
Right? There used to be like try on things.
How do you see, staying on topic of more like retail in that direction, how do you see AR and VR benefit platforms like Pinterest or Snapchat, Instagram?
Yeah. Do you want me to take it?
Yeah.
Well, it's similar to, okay, there's a couple of things. Okay, one is obviously the Snapchat, Instagram, these places have opened up the ability to create your own. So a lot of people are creating experiences through the AR filters. Influencers even like The Rock Johnson could be like, hey, do you want to be on the set of Red Notice with me in an AR sort of way, or pretend that you're lifting weights with The Rock? So there's sort of like, there's openings up for celebrities and influencers to let you into their world through AR. And then there's also the shoppable products thing like we talked about. Pinterest is a good place where you would be interested in sort of doing that, and you could see a pin and then you could take things from that pin and be like, oh, I want to see what that llooks like in my house. Naturally, housewares is a good place for that.
I mean, especially when there's apps like TikTok or Instagram, they want to be super apps, right? Or can become super apps. So that will be really be building their journey, I guess. Like also when you have this super shoppable way of consume stuff. If you see anything you like, you can purchase, you can try on, you can purchase immediately.
Yeah.
I can see that being a huge potential for platforms who want to become super apps.
Yeah. I think the biggest potential that you're seeing from these apps is actually, it's kind of a little bit more suspicious and maybe controversial. Maybe it's some of your conspiracy theory stuff. But I mean, essentially when you're using those tools and using their camera apps, they're scanning everything.
Yeah.
So they're getting a sense of who is this person, right? So the biggest opportunity is actually them understanding who are you as a person, as a consumer, right? So if you're scanning, you're doing just a normal story, right? You're just shooting your day.
Oh, we're going back to...
It's scanning like it is. We know that. It's scanning the data to say, oh, Chris Cabernet is really into this sports team, or he's into Levi's. We see the logo, or we notice that he's in Copenhagen Tivoli, or we notice that so it's constantly scanning those environments to understand you as a user, and then it's going to obviously serve that data up to its advertisers and retailers so that it can basically serve you ads that are more akin to what you would like.
But
that's happening. We know that's happening. Like,
but this
there's no debate about
theory,
it.
like,
It's not a conspiracy. It's happening.
Debate.
It's happening. There's been Snapchat has come out and said we are doing this.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my god.
No, what's oh my
Are
god
you really
about
that?
it?
Yeah, it's not more
Come on,
different than
Andy.
what we're doing now.
No, it's not that I'm scared. I don't care. Like I have my data and like stuff like that. But I'm just like more amazed because like I would probably assume that like just like our digital footprints are enough for them.
Yeah.
But then it's not.
It's way stronger, like to know that person's like into.
More is more.
Yeah, but like
less
you could
is
also
more.
see like what they engage with and things like that.
Yeah, of course. But I mean, engagement also like is only one part of the puzzle.
Yeah, it's
we're
like
actually seeing
projected
engagement
behavior.
going down. Like we're seeing that people are less likely to like things and comment on things. So the consumption of certain media is not necessarily an indication that you actually like it. And some people are liking things ironically, even though they don't like it in reality, right? Or they're just liking their friends'
It's just
stuff.
a
'cause they're
reaction,
just-
basically. It's not.
so it's not as strong as like actually having a Levi's shirt on. Then I know that, okay, this person's, and if I've bought things in the physical world that I haven't bought online, there's no tracing of that.
Yeah.
And as we see like less and less ability to trace those things through GDPR laws or cookie policies or anything like that, what are they going to do? They have to find the next trackability. And the next trackability in my mind is like literally scanning your environment and scanning what you're wearing, scanning what you're doing, scanning where you're at to understand the context of you and actually being able to serve that data up to brands to say, hey,
True.
this guy, we've had 4 snaps with him in the last 2 weeks where he's wearing your gear. Maybe you should, serve him up a Levi's ad.
Yeah, that's true.
Then it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's the big thing for the platforms.
Okay. What do you think of the platforms? There's a lot of creators. Do you think it will impact? Does it have impact for the future of influencer marketing?
I think
in
it
that-
does.
in that space?
I think AR is well. First of all, there is of course the collaboration
Yeah.
aspect to it, so they
Co-creation,
can they can co-create with different brands, different apps, and then I think it's also quite a nice way to connect with your communities. And this is also something that we didn't talk about in regards to brands, but I think AR and VR and whatever filters have a great potential in terms of tapping into audience interests and bringing communities together whenever you want to, for example, raise awareness of something. Let's say mental health or men's health. We are now in November, so maybe it's men's health. But you could actually use these to tap into certain topics and maybe stand behind climate change activism and things like that.
Yeah, we've definitely seen the brands that we've worked with where they've more been able to buy into AR filters has actually been around CSR activities, right? Because they want to give their employees something that they can do to show their support. So a lot of the AR filters are not necessarily like, hey, let's make you look good, or like, let's add a hat on you. It's been more about like, okay, you want to show support for the company you work with and also the sort of events or the sort of more, like you said, the charities or the sort of things that you're sort of promoting. It's been much easier to sort of do AR filters and things like that and events around those things. So I definitely think that's an easy one for sort of, but influencers, I would say, I mean, like,
I see the beneficial part where it's still in retail when they promote kind of certain products, right? Like it's
you can try it
when you
on.
add when the technology, the platform actually offers a good AR experience. It's like it's super easy for influencers to just promote something and make the user journey so short and so fast.
I think
Basically,
they'll be able to sell their merch.
so the cut can
easier.
be a lot
They can also
faster.
just use the filter to promote the try-on feature itself. So like, hey, listen, I just tried on this these glasses, let's say, and then you can now try them on too. And like show me how they look on you.
And especially when platforms have this integrated in-app shopping. I mean the e-commerce thing. So it's I think it will tie it all together.
And I think influencers will sell their sort of AR experiences and virtual experiences. They'll sort of create that like, hey, do you want to like
live my life for a day?
Yeah, exactly. Like, do you want to be in my virtual room? Like, I will recreate my bedroom that you see in my my vlogs, YouTube videos every single day, so you can actually be in my room, which is really creepy. But some people will do it, right? They'll be like, okay, great.
VIP experience.
I'm in.
Escapism.
I'm in. I want to be this person for a day.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, thanks, guys. So here we have it. Our take on AR and VR and how it will benefit brands and consumers. So leave your subscription, your feedback, your thoughts, likes and dislikes with us, and get a chance to win a $100 gift card to Chris's favorite shop in the whole wide world, Amazon.
We're gonna have to change that eventually.
No, ever.
It is my
for now at least. For now at least.
Amazon's pretty great.
Exactly. I mean, you're not the only one. I think there are statistics supporting that.
Okay.
So
that little
thank
tiny
you guys.
shop, Amazon.
Yes. Thank you guys so much for listening, and tune in for the next one.
Thank you guys.
See you guys.
See you.
Bye.
This has been the Social Media Sucks Podcast.